What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back doing another saving rebuild, and today we're doing a rebuild I haven't done it in quite a while, and that is the New Orleans Pelicans. So the Pelicans, you know, they're honestly in a pretty good position right now. There's just a few things we could tweak here and there. Ever since David Griffin took over when Anthony Davis wanted out, he's done overall a pretty damn good job. The only thing I guess I could really question is the Eric Bledsoe trade, but at the same time he was just getting rid of Drew Holiday, and he got a lot of picks for it as well. So yeah, he did take Eric Bledsoe on, but hey, he'll get rid of him eventually. And then the Steven Adams contract, I'm not a big fan of it because I just don't think Adams fits the best next to Zion, but that's the only two things I question. And real quick before we get into this, prayers up to Jamal Murray, man. It didn't look too serious when he went down, but you could just tell he was in so much pain, and it's unfortunate he tore his ACL, and the Nuggets are going to be missing him in the playoffs. But I hope you guys enjoy this one today. Make sure you like if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't already as well. We are on the road to 20,000 subs now. We reached 17K, and now we're going to 20K. So let's just go ahead, jump into this Pelicans rebuild, and let's talk about it. I actually started talking about the rebuild is somebody asked me about this in the comment section below, and I haven't really addressed it yet. But as you guys know, some of you may have seen that there's a join button now next to my subscribe button on my YouTube channel. So basically, like, if you wanted to, and you don't have to, for an extra $3 a month, you could support me in another way. You get like a badge next to your name in the comment section, and I'll always reply to you. And one thing I also wanted to take with that is I wanted to do monthly giveaways to also my members if they were, if they want to join, where I'm going to be giving away something every month, just as a thank you to you guys for being a member. But you don't have to, like I said. It's just something I kind of made the other day before I got all sick, and I didn't really get the chance to address it. But here I am addressing it now in the beginning of a rebuild. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to do it. It's just one of those things that I made. So if you are interested, you definitely can. But like I said, no pressure at all. But like I said, the New Orleans Pelicans, like I said, overall, they're in a really good position. There was a lot of talks about Lonzo Ball at the trade deadline, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what the Pelicans decide to do with Lonzo. And then, of course, Steven Adams, I kind of want to get a way to get rid of him this offseason just because I don't think he's the best fit next to Zion, but we can, kind of address that once we get there. Yeah, James Johnson, Bledsoe is another guy I don't want, but obviously, and then they signed Isaiah Thomas like a 10-day contract, which is awesome because we love to see Isaiah Thomas back in the league. He did a lot of good back then. But for this first season, usually I'd love to do start today, but since there's no start today, we're just stuck with starting a brand new season. So today, or in this first season, I will not be doing anything. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate through, see how things go, and then once we get in the off season, that's where we're going to be making our major changes to save this team. As the 8th seed, which isn't crazy out of the realm of possibility for the Pelicans right now. They're the 11th seed, and they could still get into the play-in tournament, and who knows, maybe they overtake that 8th seed in the play-in tournament. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year, Naz Reid, 6th Man of the Year, Defensive Player Giannis Antetokounmpo, Malik Beasley, Most Improved, Steve Nash, Coach of the Year. So here's your All-NBA first team and All-NBA second, All-NBA third team. So looking at the player stats real quick, we had 28 from Zion, 24 from Brandon Ingram, 14 from Bledsoe, 11 and 8 from Lonzo Ball, and Kerry Lewis Jr. with 11, Steven Adams with 10, and Jackson Hayes with 6.5, and James Johnson with 6 as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and simulate the playoffs because I don't imagine we're gonna do anything special this year in the playoffs. We got a lot of building to do, but hey, we did push the Lakers to 6 games, which is a good start to things. And then we got the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Bucks in 7 games in the NBA Finals, and Toronto made it all the way to the NBA Finals as the 8th seed. So very nice. All right. Now getting into this offseason where, like I said, I do want to make a lot of changes. So draft lottery, we are going to have a high pick, but it's going to be number 15. So it's like right outside of the lottery. And then I don't know if any of those other picks convey to the Pelicans this year, which it doesn't look like it. So we'll move on from that. Staff signing, Stan Van Gundy, brand new head coach. I guess I'll keep him around for now. And then Darren Bishop on a fire, and I'm going to hire Randy Martin. So boom, we got that. Pelicans fans, if you're out there, I don't know if I know a single Pelicans fan, but hey, how do you guys feel about Stan Van Gundy? I don't watch a ton of Pelicans games. I'm not going to lie. I just kind of watch what is on TV because League Pass is stupid expensive, and I refuse to pay for it. So we're going to go ahead and go into the draft now with the 15th pick. I do want to make some changes here, obviously. So I'm obviously going to trade Eric Bledsoe if possible. Like that's number one. So Bledsoe's got to go. Zion, Ingram are safe. Adams, Bledsoe, and that's it. I think really the goal here is to trade Bledsoe and Steven Adams if possible. So Eric Bledsoe, we're going to go ahead and start with him first. So the Bucks, might want him back. Brook Lopez would honestly be the perfect fit next to Zion, but he's going to go down overall like crazy in 2K, so I'm not really interested in this trade. Alfred Aminu and a 2nd round pick. John Conchar. the Bulls would be getting a point guard, I guess, in Bledsoe if they really wanted a veteran point guard to maybe help them out a little bit more. I mean, I feel like at this point, Bledsoe's probably a backup point guard in his career, but hey, who knows? Somebody might want to start him. The Mavericks maybe getting Eric Bledsoe if they wanted to take a chance on him. We get Dwight Powell, you know, could be an option, I guess. And then Joe Harris from the Nets. Nuggets, you know, maybe want to take a chance on Bledsoe. Then the Pistons, doesn't make any sense for them. Maybe a few years ago when they had Blake Griffin and Drummond, it would have made sense, but now it does not. House from the Rockets. Okay, so I think I like personally the Bulls trade in a way, just because the Bulls are trying to win now. I guess Bledsoe can maybe help out with that. So yeah, I guess I'll do that one. So Chicago gives me a second round pick for Eric Bledsoe. Let's do it. Okay, so let's go into this draft now. At number 15, we're going to be taking, honestly, whatever just pops up. So at number 15, I'm going to be taking, let's say, I think I'm going to be taking James Bouknight at the 2. So James Bouknight at the 2, welcome in, and he is going to be a 78 overall coming in, and then we'll sign our 73 overall second rounder as well, and then Wenyen Gabriel, former Portland Trailblazer. I remember watching him in the bubble playoffs. Josh Hart, I want to bring back. Lonzo Ball, it seems as if the Pelicans, like I said, were shopping him, and he has played really good for them as of late. So I could just keep him around, but since there was the, you know, kind of the rumors that, you know, teams were interested in him, I would not be surprised at all if Lonzo ended up in a different team this offseason. So definitely something to look out for. But for now, I kind of want to take a look at what we got. So Kerry Lewis at the point guard, we could roll with that. We have Nickeil Alexander-Walker and now James Bouknight, which is dope. And then got Brandon Ingram, Wesley Iwundu. Obviously, kind of want to address that a little bit more. Aminu, Ingram, Zion, and then, like I said, I do want to address this center spot. Steven Adams is not the center I really want to be here anymore. So obviously, the center that pops up a lot that we should be playing next to Zion is Miles Turner, and that is still an option. But I feel like I trade for Miles Turner every time I do a Pelicans rebuild, so I kind of don't want to do that today. I kind of want to do something different if possible. So I'm going to try to look for a big man that can, you know, maybe shoot a little bit like Al Horford. Even if the Pelicans were desperate enough to just kind of see what a shooting big man could look next to Zion, like obviously Al Horford is, you know, up there in age, but hey, could be a little bit of experiment for 1 year. But we'll keep looking just in case. You got, you know, Thomas Bryant, who's shown, you know, Joel Embiid. Thomas Bryant could be interesting, honestly. Next is Zion, especially if the Wizards are going to go towards a rebuild. Although I think if they were going towards a rebuild, they would probably like to keep Thomas Bryant for that. But hey, you never know. Vucevic would have been a lot of fun, but they didn't go for that. Zubac, you know, Jonas Valanciunas could be interesting as well at 29 years old. You know, he could definitely shoot a little bit there. So I think I'm just going to kind of look for a big that I think will fit next to Zion. That's not Miles Turner, because Miles Turner is the obvious choice, but I'm going to go ahead and look for something different and see what I can find. My trade offer for Mohamed Bamba. So, you know, I thought, you know, let's take a chance on Mo Bamba. So Mo Bamba can stretch the floor a little bit at that center spot, and hopefully he can develop decently enough next to Zion that it works out. So Mo Bamba is our center, and he kind of fits the timeline of the team as well. So win-win for both sides. Steven Adams now is somebody I do want to trade. At the end of the day, I just kind of want to trade him for somebody that's going to use a guy like Steven Adams, like Beverly in a first-round pick from the Clippers. If the Clippers were desperate for big man help, which they definitely could be, you know, Steven Adams wouldn't be a bad choice for them. Buddy Hield, Kyle Kuzma. So I'm kind of liking the Clippers perspective. And then Miles Turner pops up. Like I said, we already talked about him enough. So I think I'm going to do this Clippers trade. We're going to be getting a 2025 unprotected pick, and they're going to be giving Patrick Beverly, and the Clippers get a big man outside of Zubac and maybe even Serge Ibaka, depending on what Serge Ibaka does with his player options. So all right, so Beverly, Kerry Lewis Jr., Nickeil, James Bouknight, Ingram, Zion, Alfred Aminu, and honestly, did I trade? Oh yeah, I traded Jackson Hayes, by the way. I don't know if I really addressed that. So I traded Jackson Hayes and Jared Butler for Mo Bamba. So yeah, we kind of got a different center look. So I definitely could have just kept Steven Adams. I kind of forgot that I traded. I forgot I traded Jackson Hayes just like literally a second ago. So I think just kind of looking for some backup help, like Kelly Olynyk could be interesting off the bench, I guess, for like 1 year. So Kelly Olynyk, welcome to the team. And actually, I don't think I can afford Kelly Olynyk. It doesn't look like. So unless if I do some work here, I'm not bringing back. Can I? Okay, so I can keep Kelly Olynyk. I actually kind of need Josh Hart back as well. Okay, so never mind. I'm not getting Kelly Olynyk. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure we get Josh Hart and Lonzo Ball back. So it is what it is. So make sure that's all good. And then I want Lonzo Ball back. and Josh Hart. So I'm going to make sure I get Josh Hart back because he's a really good role player. So Josh Hart, welcome back to New Orleans, my friend. And we should be able to secure you. Not renouncing Lonzo Ball, though. Like I said, I could trade Lonzo, but I think at this point, we kind of already got the center we needed. I don't know what I'd be trading Lonzo for. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and snag him back for his money because he's going to get paid, I imagine. So Lonzo Ball, welcome back to New Orleans. And we have Beverly, Kira Lewis, Nickel, James Bouknight, Ingram, Josh Hart, Zion, Alfred Camino, and Mo Bamba. So we kind of need a backup front court player. We could just get Willie. Let's sign Willie back. Why not? Be our backup big man. So boom, that is our first offseason. It was definitely longer than I expected, but hey, we made some changes. We got Lonzo back, Kira Lewis Jr. Beverly is not going to be in the rotation, even though he's kind of here right now. It is what it is. He'll expire and walk in the offseason, and we'll kind of see how things go in the second season. We just made the playoffs, so I imagine we can make the playoffs again with the player progression we just had and guys getting better and more a better fit on the roster, I believe. So let's see how things go, and hopefully in season number 2 we're a high quality playoff team. Thought we were about to win 70 games, which would have just been absolutely insane, but MVP goes to Trae Young. Jalen Suggs Rookie of the Year on the Knicks. You got Zach LaVine Sixth Man of the Year on the Bulls. Why is he coming off the bench? That is a good question. I'm definitely gonna have to look at that and why that's happening. Sixth man, and then Isaac Fitz player and Mo Bamba most improved. So honestly, Dub, he shot 36% from 3 as a hitter is pretty good. So Mo Bamba, stepped up as the most improved player. You love to see it. And Stan Van Gundy, Coach of the Year. So yeah, awesome. And then Harold Holloway, Executive of the Year, aka me here, Executive of the Year. So All NBA first team, All NBA second team. Let me see if we get like a Zion or something here. We do All NBA second team, Zion Williamson, and then and I must say Zion Williamson has definitely lived up to the hype that he came in with, which I'm happy with because most of the time these guys are overhyped and then they get in the league, and just because they're somewhat okay, similar to Andrew Wiggins, where he's a pretty solid player, but with the hype he had coming in, he's kind of a, some people would even call him a bust, but I don't think he's a bust necessarily, but he just didn't live up to the hype he came in with. So I'm happy to see Zion definitely kind of lived up to the hype he came in with. But we went 63-19. So yeah, we kind of went off low key. So looking at the player stats, we had 27 from Zion, 26 from Brandon Ingram, 14 from James Bouknight, 12 and 7.5 from Lonzo Ball, 11 from Nickel. We got 11 from Kira Lewis, 9 and 9 from Obama. We were kind of looked at his stats. Josh Hart and Willie did good, and Alfred Camino even got in there a little bit. So nice. All right. And like I said, Patrick Beverly wasn't in the rotation. In real life, I'd probably give him some respect and buy him out, and then that way he can go to somebody else. But in this game, I just let him rot on the bench. So let's go see what we got. So Memphis. So honestly, I think, in my personal opinion, if there was a Grizzlies versus Pelicans playoff series, John Morant versus Zion Williamson, Jaren Jackson, everybody's healthy, I'm grabbing my popcorn and I'm watching this game, each and every game, second by second. I'm not even looking at my phone. I feel like this would be such an entertaining basketball series to watch. Like, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to play them in 2K, but hey, I'm a little nervous as well because we got the 8th seed, and you guys know what happens to me against 8th seeds. But similarly, current round against the Memphis Grizzlies, and they did win game 1. They did push us to 6. I got a little nervous there, but we did end up beating them, and awesome. So now we got New Orleans and Phoenix, Denver, and Dallas. And one thing I'm excited about, obviously I think most of you guys are already ready for the NBA playoffs like me. I definitely am ready. I'm excited to see what Phoenix is going to do in the playoffs. Like, when's the last time we saw the Suns in the playoffs? Like, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And they got Utah there as well. You got, I don't know how to say this guy's name, but he is from, I believe, where was it from? Illinois. Yeah, they got upset, I think, in the March Madness tournament, if I remember correctly. But Devin Booker, Kuminga, Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton. I'm excited that this team doesn't have Chris Paul. It makes me feel a little bit better. But this Suns team is still nothing to be slept on. So let's go ahead and still make her around against them as we beat them in 6. So thankfully, beat them at 6, and like I said earlier, we kind of mentioned Jamal Murray. Hopefully, he's going to recover just fine and be back better than ever, but unfortunately, he is out for the season, which is just really unfortunate. But Will Barton, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Monte Morris, Frank Kaminsky, Jamal Green, Bull, and Terrence Clark. What is this team missing? I feel like we're missing somebody here. Maybe not. Never mind. All right. So let's see if I can beat the Denver Nuggets here. So in the current round against them, and we beat them in 6. So we beat every team in 6 games, and now we're going to play the New York Knicks, who had Jalen Suggs and probably RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, I still imagine. So yeah, very, very young roster. Suggs, quickly, RJ, Julius Randle, Andre Drummond, Mitch Robinson. So this is a very good Knicks team on paper, to be honest. I would not be surprised whatsoever if we lost here. So in the current round, and yeah, we're down 3-1. So Drummond is just overpowered in 2K. It is the way it is. So And Jalen Suggs is, not to mention. So let's see if we can come back from this and maybe come back from a 3-1 deficit and beat them, as we did 109 and 127 in that game. Let's go back to New York, Madison Square Garden. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's see if we can force a game 7 and bring this back to New Orleans. It's looking pretty good, and we're forcing a game 7, so we're not done just yet. Game 7 in New Orleans. This is where dreams and careers are made. Game 7, come on, man, take care of business. Do not let me down. We didn't come back from 3-1 just to lose here, and yes, we did, because we're getting blown the hell out. That's what happens to me, man. 2K gets my hopes up. Oh, okay, come on, make this comeback, make this fourth quarter run. And the Knicks are just still scoring, and it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen here. So we come up short and lose in game 7. That is so unfortunate, man. So unfortunate. Yeah, 152 to 115. So we came up short, but hey, it's okay. We're a very young team, and we'll be back. So I'm gonna go ahead and, of course, simulate another season, because there's no reason to give up now. Let me make sure I don't have any crazy lottery pick though before we start simulating. And doesn't look like it. Okay, so we do not. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and simulate this next season. We have the 18th pick and 29. So the Lakers weren't the greatest team in the world, but hey, Stan Van Gundy, I'm gonna keep that around. We got really close to winning a championship, so let me just run it back and see what happens in season number 3. We're first seed in the West, won 60 games, 60 and 22. Player stats: 32 from Zion this time, 24 from Brandon Ingram, 14 from Careless, 14 from Boone Knight, 13, 11, and 8. Mo Bamba with 10 and 10. Let's see if he shot any better. He still shot 36% from 3. So we were able to space the floor out quite well next to around Zion Williamson. And we get to play the Phoenix Suns again, who have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander this time around with Devin Booker. So very scary backcourt. So in current round against Phoenix Sun, and we beat them in 5 games. So we took care of business, and now we get to play the Oklahoma City Thunder, who lost Shea but replaced it with Kyrie and Blake Griffin. Imagine if the Thunder did something. What the? How did this even happen? They got Russell Westbrook too? So they got Russell Westbrook back in Oklahoma City. They got Kyrie Irving and Blake Griffin. Evan Fournier as well. Very, very weird. I'm not going to lie. Very, very weird team put together. But let's see if we can beat them. Somebody current round, and we beat them in 7. So it was a little scary, but we did beat them, as the San Antonio Spurs absolutely upset the Denver Nuggets. Let's see what San Antonio has. DeJounte Murray, BJ Boston, DeRozan, Keldon Johnson, Chet Holmgren, Devin Vassell, Chris Boucher, and Lonnie Walker. Somebody current round against the Spurs, and we get eliminated in 6 games. Wow, okay, so San Antonio is just better, I guess, as they go on to lose to the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Finals. So we decided to run it back one more time, and we were 1 game away from winning a championship in this video, but unfortunately, we weren't able to do it. But overall, I'm pretty happy about this rebuild, and we did a good job. So if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you like if you did. I will be back tomorrow, of course, with another one. I'm gonna be trying to throw in some more rebuild ideas as well as we close the regular season out and get into the playoffs. And also, guys, if you made it to the end, I am very, very interested. Like, I don't know if you guys made it to my trade deadline stream, but I had so much fun talking to you guys, not doing a rebuild, just like chilling with you guys. And I know a lot of that was just because it was a trade deadline, but I'm trying to figure out ideas and ways I could stream more, not to where it's necessarily a video game, but like maybe, NBA watch parties. I don't know what I can show. Obviously, I can't stream a full game and live react to it. That would be a lot of fun if you could, but you can't do that. I will get copyrighted right away. But maybe I can get like a TV in the background and watch some basketball with you guys. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure you like you did. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.